I always think of this as the witches in like the witches in Macbeth. You know, the witches in Macbeth go to Macbeth and say, "You're going to become the king," and that's true. So it's true that methane burns at half the carbon pollution that coal does. But what the witches in Macbeth leave out, of course, in Macbeth, the crucial information, he's going to have to kill all of his friends. His wife's going to go crazy and commit suicide, and he's going to be dead in 3 days. They leave that part out. So when the gas industry comes to Obama and says, oh, we burn half the emissions of coal, so let's make this a bridge to the future, and they leave out, and his advisors also leave out, well, by the way, this is going to cook the planet faster than coal. This is going to cook the planet faster than other greenhouse gas emissions. We need to get that message to the president, because he clearly fired up. Well, I shouldn't use the word fired up, right? Because it's a burning metaphor. But he's clearly, got the right emphasis on climate change and the entirely wrong solution from the standpoint of the science and the standpoint of how this is going to play out in real terms. You have to. The unfortunate reality in all this is that you have to take on the fossil fuel industry. You have to fight. You can't just move emissions from one source to another. You can't move them from a coal-fired power plant out into the frack gas fields, because you're going to undo the whole thing. You can't say we're going to burn less coal in the United States without making any reduction in coal production, because that coal is going to be exported someplace else. We're talking about a global perspective, right? So when you're doing this, I applaud Obama for breaking the silence on climate change. I applaud him for charging Americans with the correct information about how the planet's warming. However, this is a very scary speech from the standpoint of, climate reality. There's a political reality which says we have to do these kinds of things, but the climate reality is based on science. And that science is showing us that we're having methane leakage rates that are astronomical. And at Mauna Loa, where they measure methane in the atmosphere, we're seeing upswing in methane. And the number one emitter of natural gas, which is methane in the atmosphere, is the natural gas industry, which is what he just said we want to promote around the world.